Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this episode of G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, Homestead in the Desert. And yeah, happy summer solstice. Today is the longest day of the year, the longest amount of sunlight for the year. We don't get 25 hours or anything like that. You still got 24 hours. Just to keep that straight. Anyway, there's my little eraser board calendar I keep up here, and I can write notes on it and stuff like that. And I don't have to dig my phone out when my hands are all dirty to see what the date is or what an upcoming date is or something like that. Anyway, Tool Time Tuesday. Yes, it is. Here we go. Sanders. Love my Sanders. I just put a brand new disc on this one, and these are self-adhesive discs. They have a glue on the back of them. You peel the paper off and stick them on. Now, this one seems to be wanting to pop off a little bit, so I will have to put something against it and press it up tight and let it sit overnight, and then it'll stick into place. Sometimes the old glue builds up on the plate and it makes them a little hard to put the new ones on. But I did notice I've got it on just a little bit crooked, and a little tip on that. When you're spinning these things, you see what happens there. So this side is up a little bit. Well, I'm not going to peel it off just to move that side back down. But what I do is I take a single edge razor blade and I'll start it like right here and put it in there and rest it against the metal plate, and then I'll rotate the disc and cut that little part that's overhanging off of there, and it kind of balances it out. So I got some extras here. They were pretty cheap. I think they were like $3 a pack or something for there's 2 discs in each 12-inch packet, and this is a 12-inch face sander. Very, very handy. And you want to grind something down in a hurry, that thing does it. So, the other sander. This is my combination sander. This has a 1-inch by 30-inch belt on it, and that's really handy for doing small items. And you can use the rounded section here if you want to cut a rounded groove into whatever you're working on. And then it has a 5-inch plate sander on this side, which is just a small model of what's over there. But this one uses a little bit of finer grit sandpaper, and it's very, very handy. And there's a little miter guide that fits in here, somewhere around here in the mess. Now, I just put this new switch in because the switch had gone bad, but I've had this thing for a long, long time. Somewhere on it, I've got some markings that'll tell me exactly when I bought it and all of that stuff. But these things are handy. This little knob down here is an adjustment, so when you put a new belt on, if the belt is not centered on the wheel as it's going, you can turn this knob one way or the other, and you watch the belt go back and forth across there. So that's the way you're looking at it. This knob here is just to take this side plate off to change the belt. Now, I've got some extra belts up there, the 1x30s. I got a 40 grits and 80 grits, and then over here I got some 120 grits. That stuff is really, really handy to have, and they last forever, so you may as well buy some extras so you don't run out in the middle of a project. But a little bit of dust there. But yeah, that's this unit. And if I had to guess, I think I bought this unit from Harbor Freight Tools, and probably somewhere around 1995. So yeah, it's been a worker all this time. It's really done a lot of projects for me, and it's still holding up. So, and when the switch broke, I thought I was going to have to jerry rig a new type of switch in it because it's got 4 wires connected to that. And this is a safety piece right here. You can pull this yellow part out so the kids can't get at it and turn it on accidentally and hurt themselves. So most of their stuff has this type of switch on it, but this one here doesn't have that removal, I don't think. No. Oh yeah, it does. It's just red. It's not yellow. But they told me when I was looking for the switch that this one on the lathe is exactly the same switch as the one on that sander. So let me see if I turn this on, if the sander's gonna. Yeah, that's just fine. But yeah, that's a handy little tool for grinding things down, sharpening metal, or rounding corners off of metal and things like that. All right, so that was our Tool Time Tuesday. Let me come out here and show you what else I've been doing all day. Well, not all day, but most of the morning until it got way too hot. I cleaned out all of those shelves up there. Well, the bottom one I'm still going to do, got the paints and that stuff. And then I've got some glues and ABS glues and stuff like that up on that shelf. But I'm going to take that out of there, and I can move that into one of the containers up against the wall, and then I can use it to store stuff on. And I think what I'm going to do is, once I get that thing installed into place, I'm going to use that to store things like screws. Because inside this side, I've got boxes upon boxes of all different size screws, and it's a real mess. So I want to clean this thing out and get it just set up so I can organize my screws. Start with the smallest size here, and certain types like drywall screws, truss head screws, pan head screws, and move them along in order. So when I need to get a screw, I just open that thing out of there. No, that didn't sound right. When I need to get some screws for a project I'm working on, I can just walk right up to it and say, okay, these are what I need. Now, I don't think I'm going to need these hooks on here. I did this because I had a mobile hardware store in here, and I carried all kinds of stuff. So I think I'll take those off, and I've got all kinds of hammers laying on the ground here, and I'll mount those inside of the garage, and I'll hang some hammers up so I can find a hammer when I need it. And if I've got doubles of anything, I'm going to start thinking about a yard sale and get rid of some of my tools. So this hook here, I'm also going to take off because it'll just be in the way, and I don't need it on here. I used to hang paint brushes on that, so I will take that over where I store all my painting and stuff in the blue container, and I'll fasten it up, and I'll hang some paint brushes on there so I know where to find them when I need them. And somewhere in here, behind either that one or this one, is the cover to my HVLP paint sprayer that I've got in the garage right now, and I need that cover to use that thing. So when I get all of this stuff cleaned up and sorted out, then I'll have that. Now that next section over there, that carries a lot of locksmithing stuff, because as I told you before a long time ago, I am a licensed bonded locksmith, and I used to carry a lot of commercial locks and things like that with me because I worked on commercial buildings. Well, I don't need to be hauling that around anymore. Just in what I took off this shelf alone was anywhere between 300 and 400 pounds of weight. And with gas prices, that's going to make a big difference. So when I get that one emptied out, that one's probably carrying about the same thing, 300 to 400 pounds, with big boxes of keys and big heavy-duty mortise lock sets and things like that in those drawers. I can get that out of there and get it into the container, And if I get a call to do a lock job, I'll just toss some stuff in and go with a lighter van. All right. So that's what I've been doing, and I'm going to be back at it again tomorrow. The winds just came up this afternoon again. They're gusting between mid-20s and low 30s, and just a pain in the neck. Shredded another flag on me, but I got a fresh one for the 4th of July coming up, and we'll get that done. And I've still got to take my van down and get it smogged, because by the 7th of July, my vehicle registration comes due. So I'll have to go take care of that. But I found a quick and easy way to do that. Once I get the smog done, which is about 7 or 8 miles from here. Once I get, no, actually, I'm sorry, 9 or 10 miles from here. I get the smog certificate. They actually do that, send it to the DMV by computer. And then next time I go to the supermarket that I shop at, up front they have an electronic kiosk for the DMV. And you go up there and you scan the barcode on your registration certificate, and then it asks you for how you want to pay, with a credit card or whatever. And then you put the credit card in, and then it goes ching, 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 and out the bottom comes a brand new printed out vehicle registration and your new plate sticker for the next year. Smog here in California is every 2 years. So it was 2 years ago when I had this smog last, but I haven't put that many miles on it, so it should be just fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an oil change and all that stuff before I go down there, and I'll clean the air filter and that stuff so that it's up to par. But I want to clean the van out first, because with some of the valuables that I keep inside the van, I don't want anybody getting the wrong idea when they're doing the smog check on it. That's all I have for today, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget your thumbs up down there, and don't forget to subscribe and share. This is G Bear signing off.